Alright, what's up guys? Finally got parts in for the Arrow. So this is the second company I've ordered this collet from. Um, it's kind of hard to find the size for this particular boat. It has a 4mm motor shaft, so you're going to need 4mm to 4.76, or that's 3/16. And the issue I was having is, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm wrong, but I remember the way I was taught, left hand thread is left to loosen, right hand thread is right to tight. So as you can see, these are labeled here. That causes the confusion. The other company, I ordered what I thought was right to tight. They sent me two of these, which is left hand thread, and it was really frustrating. But anyway, I got this one in now, the correct one. The shaft is just your generic general shaft. There's quite a few to choose from, but the joint on this one, oh, and the flex shaft direction, you want to make sure you get the right positive direction. And the reason I went with this one is the joint here looks like it's pretty high quality. So you can hear the New Year's festivities in the back. Hope you guys are having a safe one, and we'll go over to the bench. Doing okay, sweetie. Alright, so before I get started here, I just want to show you what I got going on the bench. I got the shaft and the tube removed. This collet, it should be able to just slip right out of there. It's going to bind up on this plastic part right here, but you should be able to kind of pry it and finagle it out of there. But as you can see, difference in shaft, quite robust. And right collet, you want to make sure you take this rear stuffing tube cover off, because it has a little O-ring in it. And then when you put the tube in, put the O-ring on the tube, and then put the cover on, screw it on. It should be good. Should have a good seal in there. There is, as you can see, there's some old like silicone sealant there on the old one, but I water tested it and kind of lined it with grease there, and zero leaks. So just gotta put this stuff in. Oh, and this tube has a slight bend in it. I just kind of cut it to length and, you know, matched up and hand bent it. With the flex shaft in the tube, you want to make sure you do that so you don't crush your tube. And another thing, this tube is actually pretty thin. The walls of it are pretty thin, but it has that little bit of silicone, tube in there. And what looks like, it's kind of hard to focus. Looks like there's a bit of a bushing on that end, but with this aftermarket one, there's no bushing. It's just your flex shaft right to the end there. So, and I got to cut a notch in there for the drive dog. So looking pretty good. Oh, and that noise in the background right now is my boy Up in Smoke. He's got a live stream going right now. He's playing Liza P DLC, getting ready for the DLC. I would usually have my boy Retro up, but he's not on right now. But I'll link both of those guys in the description. Go check them out if you want to see like Souls-like, Dark Souls 3 gameplay, Elden Ring, that type of thing. So check them out. Alright, so on the home stretch here, shaft alignment looks good, collet fits good. Haven't tightened that up yet, but I just kind of put it in there to fit. So you put the tube in, tighten this down to secure the tube once you get everything where you want it. And then put your O-ring on, slide the O-ring on, then put this cover on. And I just found there's a little bit of silicone tube sticking out here, so I probably got to trim that down a little bit. And put my bushing on, and drive dog, and I already have the spot marked here. I'll probably have to cut it down a little bit. You know, test fit the props on there to make sure the nut has enough space. So just got to cut that notch there, and we're good to go. And I'm going to be running the stock Blackjack 24 prop modified. It's got a little cupping on it. I think it's a 42/16 or something like that, and it's sharpened. It's not super sharp, but it's got a decent edge on it. Alright, so I got this all fitted up. I'll just show you real quick before I cut the shaft, or cut the notch there. Have everything butted up so that hole is where it needs to be, or that space is where it needs to be, and there's enough space on the end of this shaft here for the nut. So very important, or else you're going to ruin the whole thing. Alright, we're all hooked up, juiced up. Got power. Looks like we're good.